Hello, Maria. I'm Greg,
Hi.
and we have some time together today, and I'd like you to tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, I feel like I have a lot going on. I feel very stressed out all the time, and I think it's because I just feel like I have too much stuff on my plate. As I mentioned on our phone conversation, I'm a single mom, and I am a full-time nurse. And well, something that's new in my life now is I have a new relationship. It's a really committed relationship, and I haven't been able to figure out how to get this new guy in my life and my daughter together for the first time. So this is just like all causing me everything, like my work, my being a single mom, having a new relationship for the first time in 5 years. Like all of that is having a lot of stress on me, and I'm not managing it well.
So you mentioned you're a nurse. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for about 5 years.
And how do you find it?
I love my job and the fact that I love helping people. I feel like I'm kind of a compassionate person, so I really care about other people, and the patients that I have in the hospital really react well to me, and they really feel like I'm comforting for them when they're going through a hard time. So I love that aspect of it, but just like having to work at odd hours or just having to work the whole day, it's just being on your feet the whole time, like running from here to there. It's very stressful, especially being in an emergency hospital. So I love my job. I just wish I didn't have to work as much.
So I'd like to ask you, in your training, did they ever talk about self-care with you?
They did, but I guess I don't take time for that. I don't feel like even if I did have the time, I feel like I should be spending that with my daughter.
Mm-hmm. So you really have no time to yourself right now?
Well, during the week, not really. During the weekends, I have a little bit time. Sometimes my ex-husband will come and take Elena out and have some time with her, so I'll have some time to myself, or sometimes I'll get a babysitter. So when I do have a few free hours, I spend it with my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, sometimes I'll just take the time just to clean the apartment. Like you get chores done because
Sure.
it's all on me. So.
Yeah. So you had also mentioned concern about your daughter meeting with Peter, and I want to ask you, how do you feel about that?
Well, it causes me a little stress because I care about him so much, and it's like scared. I feel like scared that my daughter's not gonna like him, and if she doesn't like him, like how can I really have him in my life? And like, I mean, this is the first time I've been in a relationship for so long, 5 years, and like I just really want this to work. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do if she doesn't like him.
So I'm sort of hearing you say it's like this has to appear to be perfect to Elena. Is that right?
Well, not so much perfectly. I don't know if she really cares so much about my relationship. I just feel like she she loves her father so much, and I don't know if she's gonna think like this is some new guy trying to be her new daddy or something. I don't know what she's gonna think.
Mm-hmm. Have you it sounds like you've discussed this with Peter before?
Yeah.
And how does he feel?
Well, we've talked about it a couple of times. He really wants to meet her. He really wants to be really involved in my life. He loves hearing about her, and he's really excited to meet her, and I've been the one holding it off. Like every single time he asks, I say, well, maybe next weekend, or maybe next week, or later, or not today, or.
Okay. So you're kind of at an impasse with it, is what I'm hearing you tell me, is you're really not ready to follow through. I think it might be helpful. What would be some pros and cons in doing this or not doing it?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I guess like the pros would be that he'd be able to spend time with us, and I could spend time both with him and her, so I wouldn't be having to like separate the time, which causes stress on me. And also, like we could talk more about him moving in because he's wanting to move in. and that would be good for me because I would have less stress because he'd be helping me out with, you know, taking care of everything and taking care of Elena and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be a big pro. But like the con, I just have like this fear, like she's not gonna like him, and then, you know, she's gonna rebel against him, and then, you know, like where do I go from there?
So, but we don't really know that unless you take that jump forward.
Well, I guess I know, like, I can't hold it off forever. I mean, if I really want to be serious with him, I guess it's gonna have to happen at some point. But, you know, I kind of just want to prolong it as much as I can because I really, really like him. I love him. I want him to keep being in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's more in my head than it is in reality. I don't know.
So, but what you're thinking can become a real part of your reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
So do you feel like this is a paradox that's impossible?
Well, I mean, I guess it's not impossible. I mean, if the pro happens where like she does take to him and like he can move in, like my life would be so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
But if the con happens, like, I don't know. And I guess maybe if she doesn't like him at first, like, I guess that doesn't mean like she's never gonna like him.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought of it that way. But I don't know.
So we can come back to this later, but how else do you feel this is affecting the rest of your life?
Well, I feel like I just put so much stress on myself, and I just try to be like the strong figure for my daughter, since she doesn't really, you know, have her dad consistently in her life. Like, I have to be her mom and her dad. I have to be everything for her. So I feel
It's
like
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I feel a lot of pressure all the time, and I just want to be the best mom I can. So, I mean, I feel like if I fail at this, like, she's gonna resent me for it. She's gonna think like, oh, you're trying to bring me a new daddy, you know, like you're not doing a good job. Thank you. So, I mean, it just causes me a lot of stress, and I think about it all the time. Like, I'm always like debating in my head, like whether like I should do it or I should finally say yes. Like, you know, we should have a meeting.
So take me through worst case scenario. I mean, what would happen if Elena and Peter meet and it's not magic at first?
Well, I guess, I don't know, like maybe she just she wouldn't even talk to him, or she would shy away, or maybe she would just, I don't know, I guess, I don't know, I guess she probably, I'm thinking she might overreact more than reality. I don't know. I just really want her to like him.
So you're maybe putting pressure on yourself about this thing we haven't even come through with yet.
Mm-hmm.
So describe to me how it would be if everything were fine.
That's a good question. Like, if she liked him and Pete was able to move in, and everything, like, I feel like my stress level would be way down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still would have the stress from work, but like if we were able to like combine our salaries, I wouldn't have to take so many extra shifts, and then I would be able to maybe enjoy work more. So that would be a pretty good scenario for me.
So let's jump outside of this for a minute, and I want to know about your first husband and your relationship there. How did this all come about to where you're a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
you're working as a nurse, which is great, and it sounds like you're doing a great job of raising Elena by yourself.
Well, I hope I'm doing a good job. Well, it all happened when I got pregnant at 21, which was a pretty young age, I think.